The Cure is releasing new music, and the new music is amazing. I mean, truly put, I felt like Alone was a masterpiece. I felt like it was definitely quintessential The Cure sound. Everything about it, I really, really loved. Besides the point, I would really like to comment on the fact that Robert Smith has an unchanged voice for like 40 years and seems to be able to write universally applicable lyrics, right? Like, regardless of his place of life, he can still write to the human condition. And I think that says a lot, knowing that, like, fame has come to his life and could have potentially changed the artist, and it didn't, clearly. Clearly. I saw today that The Cure put out another song, A Fragile Thing. So I'm very excited to see if this is going to kind of be more of the same, like seemingly, returning to, an older sound of theirs. So I'm very excited to hear what this is about. Obviously, Robert Smith does not miss when it comes to songwriting. So I could not be more excited. And if Alone was any indication that this is going to be a good song, we're in for something really wonderful. So guys, without further ado, I'm going to hit the play button. Before I do, it's just very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you're deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. Tell me what you think of the news, the new music. Tell me, your thoughts, or tell me I suck. Whatever, it's up to you. But guys, here we go. The Cure, A Fragile Thing. I love yous. Let's go. Okay. Kind of a minor key melancholic piano thing here. Love that bass. That bass is really overdriven and just thumping. I love the build-up. It creates such a tension. Like, they really do have this amazing way of approaching a minor key song.
Time you kiss me, I could cry, she said. Don't tell me how you miss me. I could die tonight of a broken heart. The loneliness is changing. We've been too far apart.
Whoa, he came in really heavy there. This is also, I feel like it's kind of like I don't know, Disintegration era sound. But there's this huge element, just like this loneliness has changed me. Clearly there's this dynamic of every time you kiss me, I feel like I could cry. Don't tell you how you miss me. Like that whole thing, just this idea. I think we've all maybe been the person that's said to, and been the person that has said that or felt that. And I don't know, it kind of hits in a hard way. Like, I feel like I could empathize with both sides of the situation, and it's sad. I never thought I'd need to feel regret for all I never was. All this time alone has left me hurt and sad and lost. This one's kind of hitting me between the eyes, guys. I mean, I get it.
I could cry. Don't tell me how you miss me. I could die tonight. A broken heart. It's loneliness is changing. We've been too far apart. And there's nothing.
This idea of how loneliness changes you is so crazy, because I've talked to the people that are close to me about that very thing, about how, like, I don't remember ever being this way. And there's an element of, if you're alone and you spend a lot of time alone, whether it's in the separation of a relationship or you lose somebody in death, whatever the case may be, I think that there's this element of, like, recognition of the change of loneliness. And I think all of us that have been lonely can remember looking back and being like, I don't remember it being this way. I don't remember me being this way. And in the context of a relationship, as it seems that Robert is singing about here, I think, again, it hits even deeper, where I've both been the person on either side of the conversation, and it hurts to remember either side of those things.
This love is a fragile thing. Nothing you can do now but pretend again. Nothing you can do to change it back.
I love the instrumentation. I'm sitting here listening to it. It's I mean, honestly, it's like Disintegration meets, like, Wish kind of sounds to me, and it really is cool. Like, there's a lot of these, like, bombastic noises happening behind, like there's synths, there's a really chugging bass, there's a lot of, like, kind of chimey sounds. Like a real jingly synth.
This love is a fragile thing. This love is my everything. Nothing you can do to change the end.
Dang. This love is a fragile thing, but nothing you can do to change the end.
Nothing you can do.
The lead is so emotional too. Yes. There's like this oscillating reverb kind of thing happening on it. I love this. I want to go back and revisit that. The way the lead came in there, I'm not going to go as far to call it a solo, right? But the way that the lead came in with that just, kind of like neck pickup above the 12th fret sound. That like 100% is like a neck pickup, like above the 12th fret with a lot of reverb, a hint of decay, and it just creates this huge atmospheric ambience. And again, it's like the notes ring through and they're not muddled up with a bunch of junk behind it, but you can still definitely tell the presence is more than just a guitar being played. I really love the atmosphere brought in with this, and it really kind of feels like it brings about the same kind of anxious feelings one has when they're having this conversation on either side of the conversation. I mean, this song is really hitting home in a lot of ways. And again, that it feels so classic The Cure to me. Robert has certainly not lost his ability to just speak into a human situation that is, again, universally translatable. And again, this instrumental break has such an ambience and attention to it.
Every time you leave me is a lie, she said. You make believe you need me, but you try too hard and it feels so wrong. You promise me forever, and you say it won't be wrong. But it's too late now for me to just forget. I never thought is a fragile thing. Nothing you can do now but stand again. Nothing you can do to change your mind, she said. Nothing you can do but sing. This love is a fragile thing. This love is my everything.
Oh, man.
Nothing you can do to change the end.
Oh, man. It's like a stone heart that's...
Nothing you can do to change the end.
No, it's the face. It's the face again. It's the same face sculpture that we saw in the Alone video, but this is just becoming from more fractured to less fractured. I found myself really in that last verse and chorus, kind of putting myself in the place of it, like remembering more specifically those times in my life where this was the case, right? Like where love in my life was a fragile thing. And when I look at my life and my last few relationships, I would say my last maybe 2 relationships were this, right? Like either side of the spectrum. I was on either end of the conversation. And it's painful to remember both, like being in a relationship that I knew I shouldn't have been in. And ending up leaving later than I should have and hurting a person, and then another relationship that I really wanted to work out, but I just wasn't the one, And so remembering the way either of those things felt was just huge. And again, I think being able to take a piece of music and apply your life to it and see how you yourself fit within everything, it takes a special writer to do that, right? Like it takes a dude that's pretty universally empathetic. And again, for them to not completely spit on their fans, right? Like people liked The Cure because The Cure sounded a way and wrote a way, and that they didn't take some far cry run away from their sound because we're in a new era. It's just really wonderful to me. And I think it's a really brave move of Robert because so many of his contemporaries have done so. And so for him to stay true to what he sounds like and what he writes like and what The Cure is, it speaks a lot to me. My dog's got the zoomies. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.